What's going on, guys? My name is Nadeem, and today we're doing a top 15 in One Piece Bounty Rush. Now, I know there are going to be a lot of characters that are not going to be on the list because, in my opinion, there are about like 24 to 26 good characters in One Piece Bounty Rush. So, characters like Rady, characters like Ace Marco, they're not going to make the list, but they're still really, really good characters that you can use, right? But we're gonna get into the top 15, and at first we have Big Mom. This gameplay is provided by Romanpuss, and Big Mom is still an excellent unit. The thing is, she is really, really good at capturing. She's good at healing. She's good at knocking back. She has amazing traits. She can clutch, but the meta is dominated by characters that she's not great against. So all in all, if you have Big Mom, you can find a lot of success with her. It's just that this meta is really not her meta. And in the future, she can be much, much better. Next, we have Shanks. This gameplay is provided by Swarley. And now Shanks, again, another EX making bottom of the list because of the new EXs. Now, he can do good. When Shanks racks up his stacks, he's really, really strong. His damage is insane. But if you don't get built up, it's going to be hard for him to compete. He has a lot of attack buffs, but the new defenders are really, really good. Like, Garp counters him so much, it's insane. So next at number 13, or sorry, at number 13, we have two characters. We have Katakuri and Mihawk. Now Katakuri, insane tank. He's really good at dealing with Roger because he can stall Roger for a very long time. He has decent skills. He has good healing. All in all, a fantastic character. Of course, there are insane defenders coming out more and more, so that's why he's a bit lower on the rankings, but he's still a monster in his own right. He can do a lot of good stuff. And tied with him, we have Mihawk. Now, of course, Mihawk, another legend. So, sorry, this Katakuri gameplay was provided by PNG, and this Mihawk gameplay is going to be by Paradox. So, Mihawk, another monster. He has good knockback, he has range, he has heals, he's good at tanking. Now they're both good at different matchups, right? So like Katakuri is better against Roger, but Mihawk is better against more characters, I would say, and plus Mihawk's easier to use. And yeah, so they're both really, really strong. I know there's a debate. Some people think one is way better than the other, but usually they're gonna be tied in the rankings because they're both really, really good green tanks. All right. Number 12, we have Blackbeard. This is provided by Nico Chan. And so Blackbeard is still good. Since the anniversary till now, he's really, really good. He's a red defender. He has good healing. He has a revive. He has invincibility. He has good range. And unlike a lot of the tanks, he can actually protect two flags, right? Because he has good mobility, but also his skills can have decent range. So all in all, Blackbeard still very, very strong even today. And you'll have a lot of success with him, but just he has more and more counters. And again, like Shanks, he will have like a lot of experience. Players will have a lot of experience dealing with them. All right, at number 14, we have Red Lucci. This gameplay is provided by Pelesit, and Red Lucci is still a really, really strong character. Now, there are arguments. You can put Blackbeard and the other tanks above Lucci, sure. I just wanted more balance because there are very few attackers that made it to this list. But Lucci, still very strong damage. He can do the runner stuff with his transformation. Still one of the coolest characters in the game for sure. He has good knockback. He can come in clutch. He's still very, very good, very solid attacker until today. So yeah, great unit. Next, we have Luffy Law. This gameplay is provided by Zyco, and Luffy Law is still really, really good. Let's mute this. And he has anti-heal. That's why he's so high. In 1v1s, he's not the best, but the fact is you can play him like Usopp. Just hide and stop playing the game. Just use your skills from range. And having that anti-heal in your team is going to be insanely good. Very, very strong. And yeah, so it can remove the revives. So the new Usopp, one of the most annoying characters, well, Luffy Law deals with him Luffy Law deals with him very well. So that's what makes him stand at the top or near the top, because still there are a lot of characters better than him. Next, we have Law, Dressrossa Law. This gameplay is provided by Crazy Games, and Law is still one of the best counters in the game. Stolen hearts, healing, good clutch potential, and very solid in today's meta, right? Of course, maybe individually, Big Mom is a better runner, but in this meta, Red Law is going to find more success. He has better matchups across the board, and all in all, he's still very nice. Good normals, good traits, everything about him is very solid, and that's why he made it on the list. Unlike Snake Man, who was better in previous metas, but now I'd say Law is much better, so that's why Law is ranked so high. All right, next we have Franky. This gameplay is provided by me because not many people made Franky gameplay, and the ones that did already have a spot in this thing, so I didn't want to use someone's gameplay twice. And yeah, so Franky, all in all, fantastic unit. Like, he's crazy good, and he can fight against Oden, he can fight against Roger. He's not like a counter to them by any means, but he definitely has a decent matchup against them. And at the end of the day, Franky has good range, good heals, a knockback, good tankiness. Everything about Franky is everything you want in a defender. Now, of course, being blue you think is a big disadvantage, but not really. He actually can be quite decent even in this green meta, and I know some other YouTubers will rank him much higher than I do. But yeah, he's just fantastic across the board. Very good damage as well. He's really good with the damage. So that's that for Franky. And then we have Law. Zoro. This gameplay is provided by Afro Yami, and this Zoro is just insane, right? With proper builds, the damage you can deal with him is just scary. It's scary. Now, he doesn't necessarily counter Roger, but you know, if you have a better set, better support, better build than the enemy Roger, then you can do good. Now, it's not a 100% win, because Roger can also deal a lot of damage to Zoro, but Zoro's damage can be so high, so insane. He's good against the meta. Everything about the Zoro is fantastic as an attacker, so that's why he's the best attacker in this game. That like, look at that damage. He's it's disgusting. It's so scary. It's so scary what you can do when you have a great Zoro player. He one-shots a Roger right here, so of course, it's crazy, crazy stuff. Afro Yami, one of the best players for sure. All right, next we have Robin. So shout out to the master for using Robin. And this gameplay is provided by Shyinx. It's the master's gameplay, but the video is by Shyinx. And now Shyinx is a great player, but you know, I had to use him for Robin, and it was someone else's gameplay. But it's fine. Shyinx is still good. I play with him, and he's one of the best teammates to have. Like, he's such a good teammate. It's insane. He trusts you. You trust him. It's good stuff. But Robin, insane tankiness. Yes, her damage is a bit low, but she has knockback. She reduces their attack. She has insane stacks. She doesn't even need to be on her treasure area. The only reason I'd rank her a bit below the other characters, the defenders that are above her, is because, like, compared to Garp, she has more matchups that are better across the board. Also, she doesn't need to be on her trait, but I feel like in the long run, she might drop faster than the other characters, so that's why I'm going to rank her low. But she's insane. She's such a tank. She's a monster. And it's Robin, for fuck's sakes. Who thought Robin would be this high? Now, in my opinion, you can rank her above the other two defenders that are going to be above her. It's all up to you and personal playstyle. But yeah, for most, she's going to be the most boring. But not only that, she's also, what do you call it? The lowest in terms of, like, score you will see with her, right? Because you will sit there, take one damage, but most of the time you'll just sit on the flag and do absolutely nothing, so your score won't be that high. So I feel like a lot of people underrate her for sure. And of course, dealing with Oden's, if you use your knockback, there's no real way to do it. So yeah, all in all, what a monster. What a monster she is. So tanky. I'm so happy. Okay, so yeah, that's that for Robin. Next, we have, of course, Onigashima Luffy. And I rank him higher than Robin because, yeah, I think Robin's tankier. But this guy, look at that skill. It's disgusting. The damage you can do with this guy. He's one of the most annoying characters to deal with in the game. Fighting this guy is just not fun. It's constant stuns, reduces your HP. He has a knockback. He heals. He has good damage or good defense buffs, decent damage reduction. He's just so annoying to fight that I have to rank him above Robin because he's just more annoying. Yeah, sure, sometimes you cannot deal damage to Robin, but his tankiness can equivalent to that, like can be equivalent. The only thing is harder for him to reach that stack if you need to hit. So if they perfect dodge your skill too, it might take you a long time before you can stack the 50% attack buff, but he has more defense, so it ends up being very similar to Robin anyways. So what a monster he is, so annoying to play. This was provided by Hound, and another clip by OP Luqman here, because like, look at that, like, you cannot you cannot do anything wrong with this guy. It's so scary how good he is. I'm scared for the future. Like when they do an EX Luffy, how scary and how strong is he gonna be? Like that's something I don't want to see. Like if you think Roger's bad, wait for an EX Luffy. Oh my god! Like look at now, look at this. Like and it tracks. He has insane defense. It's disgusting. It's just simply disgusting. Good stuff here from these YouTubers, man. They're really popping off with these characters. It's crazy. All right. Finally, we're getting into the top four. This is Garp by Farhan. Now, me and Farhan, we discussed our opinions on Franky versus Garp. Maybe now his opinion is more leaning towards the Franky, but look, Garp is just monster. He's just a monster at dealing with Roger. He can counter Oden pretty well, not in a fight, but more so that his basics can heal in the third hit, but more importantly, knock back. He rewinds your skills. He's insanely tanky in his treasure area against all attackers that buff themselves and against other characters, sure, but against those specifics like Shanks, CP0, um, Roger, he deals better with Oden. But for example, a character like Zoro, he might struggle with. He cannot tank Zoro really good. A character that Robin can deal with much easier. So all in all, monster this character is very strong, heals on knockback, insane damage reduction, but you know, not the best matchups. But he has the best matchups against the better characters, right? So the that's what matters really, right? It doesn't matter that he's not that good against someone like Zoro if he's gonna counter everyone else, right? So that's the big thing with Garp. All right, number three, I have to put him here. God Usopp, the most annoying character. This gameplay is provided by Soul, and this guy is so annoying. The three lives thing is so annoying. That's why Luffy Law gets such a buff in the tier list because he's the only one that can deal with that. Really, I think maybe, yeah, that's pretty much it. And you play him like like you just stay far from everyone and you just spam normals, and your skills are on short cooldown and the stun lasts forever and you can stall for so long, and he's definitely the most annoying character. Like I'd rather fight Rogers than Usopp's. That's how bad it is. That's how bad I hate this character, and I think a lot of people will agree that he's just super annoying. Like even Onigashima Luffy, I'd rather fight many of those than this guy because that stun on that skill, cross map, insane. Now that Oden dodged it, but if he didn't dodge it, like it would have been super annoying. Okay, so at number two, we have Oden. Now, this guy, insane skills, invincibility, he can stun, insane range, insane mobility. His capturing stuff is crazy. His damage is pretty decent. He heals when he captures. It's almost impossible to stop him from capturing unless you have a knockback or you stun him out. You cannot inflict him with status stuff when he's capturing. He's insane. He's insane at this game, and he will get you the most wins. If you want to win, then you play Oden. All right, it's that simple. You have to play Oden if you want to use him. So I forgot to talk about it, but Chef is the one who provided this gameplay. So this guy is definitely a monster, and yeah, he will get you more wins than the person at number one. He can clutch more. He can deal. He can flank. He can do runner stuff. So he can clutch it out. He heals when he captures. His team boost heals the whole team, which is so annoying. So everything about Oden is such an annoying character. And even though he's going to get you the most wins, he's not the best character. Because in my opinion, number one, it has to go to Roger. So this is provided by Hub. Because Roger just simply has the most damage, has that broken trait, has everything you want in an attacker. Now, you cannot have an attacker more broken than him. And the only reason people want to say Oden's better is because, yeah, with Oden, you could win more. Sure, yeah, you can win more games if you use Oden because of the simple fact that Oden's a runner. He can clutch more often. It doesn't matter if you kill the whole team if you cannot capture or save flags. But at the end of the day, if a character more broken than Roger comes out, well, it's doomed for the game, right? You can have more annoying characters, sure, but you cannot have more broken. You cannot have a character that heals more than he receives in terms of damage. His damage output is insane. When he's using that skill, he has damage reduction, and he can't get status inflicted, and he will deal back more damage if he gets hit. Like, that's why Luffy Law gets a buff because of that anti-heal. He heals, he gets attack buffs, he has good range. His normals have insane range. Him and Oden both have knockback on their skills when they're using on their normals. It's crazy what they can do. It's scary what they can do. And so yeah, that's why Roger is the number one character. And if you think Odin's number one, that's fine. If you don't agree with the placements in this tier, it doesn't matter really, because these are the best 15. At that point, it doesn't matter which one's better. Like, they're all so good. So we're competing with the best of the best here. So yeah, shout out to these guys again. The links will be in the description. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you learned a bit. And if you're new to the game, good luck.